One goal down, 2-1 up, finishes 2-2. They dropped 2 points, Barca in San Sebastián. Overall, was that a fair result? Because Sociedad were good.
Real Sociedad should have won the game, and they'll be disappointed that Barcelona escaped out of Anoeta with a point. Here's the thing about Barcelona. The first 30 minutes, it almost felt like they were still hanging out in the team bus, where Real Sociedad were playing at a different pace, and the passing, the movement, Barcelona were second best to every challenge, to every 50-50 ball, to every rebound seemed to fall to Real Sociedad, and it was Odegaard, Oyarzabal, and Moreno. They were controlling the match, whereas Barcelona was kind of reacting to whatever Real Sociedad were doing. Real Sociedad jump on Barcelona, they're up 1-0, then there's a goal that came out of nowhere, really, for Barcelona, and a good assist by Luis Suarez, and then Antoine Griezmann coming from outside in, being able to finish 1-1, and you think, yeah, they're fortunate to go into halftime 1-1. And yet it is Barcelona, the one that scored that second goal there, 2-1, and you're thinking, well, maybe this is where they take yet another step, and Piqué actually has an opportunity where he has a head-on target. The defender clears it off the line. It could have been 3-1. It wasn't, and then just a few minutes later, Real Sociedad scores a game-tying goal. And from there, it was all Real Sociedad and hopeful attacking from Barcelona. Not purposeful, but hopeful that maybe Lionel Messi was able to sort something out. Maybe Luis Suarez was able to sort something out. It wasn't going to be Antoine Griezmann because, yet again, he had difficulties today, even though he scored a goal. 2-2 for Barcelona, and they are fortunate that they got that draw.
Teams know when they go to Anoeta that if Real Sociedad are on their game, it's going to be a tough one. But I thought because they were able to rest a lot of players in midweek Barcelona, there would be a freshness about the team. They were caught in the headlights at the beginning. How big a concern is that for Valverde going forward against other teams?
The truth is, Valverde has a lot of questions he has to answer to himself. And one of the things he has to figure out is, what do I do with Sergio Busquets? Because when the game gets open and when the game gets back and forth, and in the way that Real Sociedad made it in the first half, where they're willing to pressure higher up the field and they're creating turnovers, Busquets has a real difficulty in keeping up with the pace of that game. And this version of Barcelona, 2019, version of Barcelona does not control matches the way that Barcelona once did. And so Real Sociedad had a lot of the possession. Real Sociedad were actually creating opportunities and stretching the field and getting Barcelona disconnected. And once Busquets gets on the wrong side of the ball, he's not catching up. And so you want him on the field because he gives you that presence with the possession. But if you're not controlling the possession, he's not good enough to tackle anybody or defend anybody in the midfield. So that creates a big hole. And so a lot of the responsibility falls on Frenkie de Jong to then drop it into defensive position. When he does that, then he takes himself from attacking positions where he can impact the game in transition going forward. What happens with that? It's a domino effect, because once Frenkie de Jong drops into a deeper position, then somebody has to take the playmaking role. And that's where Lionel Messi then shifts inside, trying to, in some ways, connect the team. But when he does that, now he's 40 yards away from goal, and he's not in the position in which he can truly impact the game the way that he can and the way that he should.
Just finally, a week ago in Italy, Inter drew at home on the Friday, and they thought, well, that's it. Juventus, they'll get the 3 points and they'll move above us. In Spain, Barca have now drawn. They'll be thinking, that's it. Real Madrid will win, and they'll get all 3 points. Real Madrid go to Valencia in the late game on Sunday. That's no gimme.
Real Madrid go to Valencia, but just as important, Real Madrid goes to Barcelona on Wednesday, on the 18th. And that's it. El Clásico is coming up. I think Barcelona may not come out and say this publicly, and Valverde may not say this publicly, but I think he'll take the point. San Sebastián and Anoeta is a place in which Barcelona doesn't play well. It's uncomfortable for whatever reason. They don't feel like the team that you see dominating games. Real Sociedad dominated the game today. So the point today they'll take. They were fortunate to get it, and now they'll focus on El Clásico and perhaps get the best version of themselves at home against Real Madrid.
And before Real Madrid can focus on El Clásico, they've got to go to Mestalla. And if they drop points there, we could be level at the top once again.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.